Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Horde Day. Wonder if this base is Horde ready. Wonder if it will hold up to our increased numbers. As we always have, wonder if the funnel system will work on Alpha 15. All of those questions are going to be answered here in just a moment. And we'll get to test her out. Full speed. Pretty anxious about this one because I don't really know what's going to happen. Hope that our barbed wire going around the pit deters them from going into that pit, because we don't want to spend a lot of time having to run down and defend that pit. That was not the goal or intentions with this build. So soon enough we shall see. I hope, let's go ahead and adjust the graphics settings here just a little bit. See if, let's see, UMA texture quality. We're going to drop that down to middle. Apply that. Everything else, you know, the reflected shadows, we could probably turn that off. I don't know what kind of difference that would make. Gamma's probably good right there. If I see, you know, we'll bump it up a little bit more, but if I see that we need to, we can change that. Always leave motion blur off. A couple of these things we had turned for the last Horde, and I never adjusted them back again, so it should be good. Everything should be set just right. I'm going to do a run through of the lower level real quick here. Make sure that's okay. Not going to drop like I did last time and break my leg. Still healing from last episode. So most of this has dried. Have our vault door here that we upgraded last episode. Keep the baddies out. I think this is going to be sufficient enough to keep them if they do fall in here. Say a cop or a feral falls in here and doesn't die. Small zombies should die. I don't see why they would survive this at all. Matter of fact, a few have fallen since we first put this thing together and did not survive the fall. I don't know why I didn't take that block out right there, but that's okay. Like I said, I don't plan on spending any time down here defending this whatsoever. It's bedrock, okay. So this is just scrap iron. These are just scrap iron spikes. Matter of fact, that one's kind of beat up right there. Something had fallen in on it. But hopefully it's just enough to finish them off if they fall without us having to come down here and do it manually. Maybe it will do it auto-magically. So it's 1800. Can't think anything else I need to do other than maybe take a sip of some goldenrod tea. Maybe get something to eat out of the mini bike. Some of that cornbread that Pronto loves so much. Oh yeah, it's right here. Nope, must have done that right before the last episode. So we have 5 health kits on us. A little steel for repair. Let's see, we could get our guns reloaded. And this thing needs, okay, it's already ready to go. Alright, let's run down to the mini bike. We're going to go over and check our door. Oh, we're full on food too. Wow, look at that. All prepared and ready to go. Let's take a little tour around the outside here. Haven't done a base preview video to this yet. I absolutely will. We're going to take the recording down and bring it back up before the actual Horde. Kind of like we always do. There's an airdrop right there. We could probably go scoop that up real quick, I guess. If we have time or not. But we'll do a Horde preview, a base preview video of this one. Like I said, this will be our last big build for Alpha 15. Anything else we build now will just be something small. I still anticipate at least a few weeks of you know, Alpha 15 to go So we'll certainly have some things to do between now and then. I don't know if we'll change up maybe one of our other bases or build a new one or what we're going to do. We've pushed the capabilities of Alpha 15 with the UMA zombies as much as we could. I don't think we can go above the 55. That was on the brink of too much. And here with all the lighting, I did decrease the zombies down a little bit from 55. Still a bunch, still a lot more. Even more than what we had previously with the 35, but I figured I'd drop it back with the lighting. Because that's going to kill our frames per second already with no zombies. Couple hours left. Let's take a look at our base from the hilltop. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what to call it. Maybe you all have a good name for it. But it's certainly came together right here at the end, especially. Hope I got all the parts turned to steel that I wanted to turn to steel. I mean, if it were up to me, I'd turn the whole thing into steel, but you know, that's pretty resource heavy to do such a thing. Take a look here at our defenses once again. So there's a lot of there are a lot of spikes and barbed wire that they have to go through to get to us. And hopefully when they come over here to this pit, they're going to touch that barbed wire and it's going to stop them from running in and charging down into the pit. Let's go look at our storages real quick. Make sure there's nothing else in there that I wanted to take out. Look at all the bodies out here. Yeah, the bodies are going to do nothing but maybe slow them down for a second once they run through, so I'm not concerned about having to clear those out. I guess we could take these along with us. We're going to use those up pretty quickly. I'm going to use one of these. I don't think I need any concrete mix for anything, but we do have some inside. The stone, I could patch that hole over there. Not going to worry about that either, though. I think we're good. Just going to kind of chill out. Not going to take off anywhere else before the Horde arrives. It's really quiet out here. You know how normally we log on for the day and we're just bombarded with 50 zombies, but not today. Today is awfully quiet. Hope I got my did my math right in day 210s of the Horde. I'm pretty sure our last Horde was 203. If that's the case, then today is the day. So I don't know whether I should start up top or if that's going to throw things off. I'd like to start up here and see which direction they're coming from, but I don't want to draw them into the pit whatsoever. I want to make sure that they 100% come down into here when they spawn. But I guess we can start up top. That shouldn't affect things too much. So we're going to take the recording down for just a moment, and then we're going to bring it back up for the Horde. Cross your fingers that nothing happens with this capture program. I'm always nervous with this thing that it's going to somehow not record or not capture, and this one's very important. I guess worst case scenario, we would I would just not document the next week, you know, kind of tinker around with some things. And then we would just jump straight into next week's Horde and make sure we get that captured. So we're going to take the recording down for a second. I'm going to check everything, make sure all of that capturing software is good to go, and picking up this recording properly. And then we'll start at about 5 minutes before the Horde. Right. here we go. So going to be so hard to tell. I don't want to move from the center position to know where they're coming from. Okay, they're coming from the west. It sounds like they're coming from the west. Let's go ahead and close our door. Nice. Here they come up the ramp. Tell you what, let's get our sniper rifle out for Mr. Copper. There's another cop. Just trying to take the cops out, not too worried about the rest of them. It'll just be the cops that I'm most concerned about. Oh, he ducked down right at the last second there. So as of now, it appears as if the funnel system is working. I mean, they are coming in as expected. I don't know about those falling into the pit. I certainly noticed my frames per second have drastically dropped. Of course, we are working with an increased amount of zombies beyond the 35 plus. All the lighting in here is probably not helping me. I hope you all are not seeing that drastic effect on the frames per second here like I'm feeling right now. It doesn't feel too bad. It basically feels about like the old computer did with the 35 per wave, so maybe a little better than that, but still notice a difference from your average gameplay to now. So they're really having a hard time trying to get up that ramp with the spikes and the barbed wire. You notice a lot of them do not have legs by the time they make it here. Nice, able to take that cop out before he got up here. We could actually switch over to the exploding crossbow bolts if we needed to. I don't see where we need to quite yet. Pretty cool, you know, they're funneling in. Like I said, I'm not sure about the bottom, if they're falling in the pit. Oh yeah, there's some coming this way now. I think I took that cop out. Use our 44 since we do have ammo for it. We may as well use it. There's another cop. Let's get the sniper rifle out for him. 2 cops, 3 cops. Cops almost appeared to be stuck right there, but they couldn't come any further, any closer. Nice. Another cop. Switch over to the AK-47. Oh, he's gonna explode. Well, let's go up top here real quick and let's see what it looks like up here. I'm a little bit mesmerized, so I'm not talking a whole lot. Look at that down there. Look at that carnage. Alright, let's get back in here. I don't want to draw them out of the little kill zone down here. Nice, they're able to get that cop. So this is beautiful. You know, my other thing was, are they all going to come into one funnel? Are they going to split it up? How's that going to happen? And they are. They're splitting up. The north, the northwest, the west is the direction they're coming from, and they're absolutely splitting the load here. So it's not going to be as bad of a cleanup and repair job doing it that way by them all coming in from a couple different directions. So we have two more cops here, I see. I need to take care of them real fast. He's down. Where's the other cop? Oh, here he is. And then there's another cop over there. Now there's Farrell. Man, this is intense. There's a lot of there are a lot of zombies trying to get the Grand Spartan. We're not gonna let that happen. See if we can't get this guy. There you go. So I believe this is 45 per wave right here what we're facing. Certainly feels like 45. I know that. There's a lot of stuff coming at me here. Another Farrell, another cop. Let's take this copper out here. Three Farrells. you gonna do, Mr. Copper? Are you gonna try to break that pillar? I'm gonna try to break you. Let's go back up top here again and look down on them. See what they're looking like. Sheer number of these things piling up is just amazing. My goodness. Another cop. Alright, I might need to do a little bit of repairs here. Just get a couple of these things close to being topped off, and then we'll go back to killing again. It's, believe it or not, it's almost 4 a.m. It's hard to believe that the time has passed by so quickly. It seems like with the, just like the snowfall, I was having so much fun. I was so just focused on what I was doing, totally lost track of time. And before you knew it, you know, the Horde was completely over. And it is now 4 a.m. It's a beautiful thing. What's so beautiful is that it worked as we hoped it would. Still so many zombies, so he didn't have any arms. Sorry for you, Mr. Feral. Mr. No-Armed Feral. There's another Feral over here. Man, even with the points capped in the shotgun, the normal shells just don't cut it. See that? See how many shots it's taken to kill him? Wow, didn't have to use a first aid kit? That's pretty amazing. I thought I was going to be a little more active and up close and personal. I was going to get hit a few times. Beautiful. All right. Let's take it down and back up. Now, let's go down here and see what's happening down here. Since they came from this way, let's walk over here and see. I hear voices. I hear some zombies down here somewhere. Oh yeah, a few did fall down here. So it's a good thing I put that there. I'm going to have to put a little bit more concrete. Didn't have a whole lot of zombies fall in here. What is that, about 6 or 8? So not a big deal there. We'll take your duct tape. That was kind of to be expected. At least some were going to fall. We just hoped that the big bulk of them would not fall down there and make it tough on us. Nice. So we're going to close that back. Reload our pistola. Head back up top here. And hopefully our recording is working properly. Never even had to use the exploding crossbow bolt. That's pretty cool. I expected I was going to have to do that just to keep it manageable. Never had to do that. After all of that, she crawled through. One smack to the face of the old axe, and it was night-night for her. So, oh yeah, nice. Look at that first aid kit. Like, here you go. This will get you back to where you were before you started the Horde. So what we can do now is we can look at how we could repair this thing and get it back up tip-top. I'm going to be doing that most likely off camera because I want to do a base preview of this build and get it up on the channel here sometime soon. So tell you what, let me take the recording down for just a second. Make sure it is recording properly. And I'll bring it back up. All right, well, beautiful. Everything recorded as it should have. I just checked the files. They are there. I apologize about taking it down and back up, but that's a really big concern of mine with this new recording software. So far, it has not failed me. It has not failed me yet. It's been pretty solid and doing a good job. Takes up a little bit of my CPU. Of course, I have 6-core CPU, so it's able to keep up with that load rather well. But I want to check it. See, it's a good thing we made these pillars coming up out of steel, because you see right there the beating that one pillar took from them just kind of hanging around. Of course, I think a copper too exploded as well. So that's another thing that was doing a tremendous amount of damage. I still hear a zombie out there. I think he's on the other side of the ramp right there. I just can't see him. He's a crawler. And you know how those crawlers can be kind of annoying like that there. They get stuck. We were fully prepared for that to happen. All right, well, even some bodies over here on this side. So it's kind of like the rest of them where, you know, I can reach most of the bodies. Now there are going to be some that I cannot reach down that ramp, and we're going to go take care of those right now. And oh, there he is. He made it across. Hey there, fella. Don't you break my leg, darn it. Made it all this time with no broken leg. I can't get to that one. That's kind of odd. But we could 100% repair any and all of the spikes that you see in here. I think I might even be able to reach that body. Look at that. I can even reach that body to destroy it. But let's go out. Let's go out here now. And go around to the back side. Still can't run because I had that broken leg that's splinted. Let's kind of see what they did to the spikes and the barbed wire here. They didn't do anything. Not to here, they didn't. I'll take the forged iron. Probably repair a bar or so with that. Now this one they got hung up on a little bit over here. You can see they did take out a few pieces of barbed wire there. Easily replaceable. Look at that. Don't even get touched by any of that stuff when I hop across. Just like the barbed wire build on the in the other hub city. We're able to just jump across. Now going back down may be a different story. We may hit a spike or two. But for the most part, we don't take damage. And we can get in here and repair all this stuff as we need to without much trouble. Man, I really appreciate each and every one of you who have hung here throughout this Let's Play series these past months. It's hard to believe we were on episode 172, I think will be today, because I'm ahead of you a little bit in the recording. But it's hard to believe we have made it through that many episodes. It's really hard to believe that you all have hung here with me that whole time, and all your kind comments, all of those thumbs up every day, all of that makes such a big difference on a small channel like mine. I can't thank you enough. Seeing a big build like this kind of go from nothing to all together, it's a lot of fun. So we'll bring some barbed wire back. We don't have any on us right now. I don't have any concrete either, and we can repair all of this stuff from inside the cage right there. Go ahead and get our spikes repaired. I'll bring a little concrete and some barbed wire pieces back with me when I come back up here next time. I should have brought it this time. I was really just curious as to, you know, taking out the bodies, looting those, and how much damage they did. But as you can see, it's no more damage than usual. Your typical pillar style base or whatever. Pillars just feel to me to be the best way to kind of stand inside of a cage and let them attack you. I think from what Pronto is telling me, Game for Kicks has something called a toothy build that I think I have seen it. Okay, I can't confirm that, but so it's something similar to this pillar style build. Not much difference between them. Either way, it's a cage to stand inside and fire out onto them. Now, the biggest thing is how they get to you. And in this case, you know, coming up these different tiers, taking damage from both the spikes and the barbed wire. You saw that most of the zombies outside of the ones that were standing on corpses, I guess the football players, well, even the football players didn't have legs, but the ferals and the cops, mostly the only two that could get to you on their two legs. The rest of them were legless by the time they made it all the way up to the ramp. And, ooh, I didn't mean to turn that to steel. Even if they did make it all the way up the ramp with legs, by the time they get up to that sea of spikes up there, they're done for. So let's get a little shot or two on this pillar here. That wasn't too bad. Super excited to have finally been able to test this out, try it out, see if it would do as we had hoped it would. I almost want to bet money that because we put the barbed wire around the pit as we did. And I would only know that because of a mistake that was made by putting barbed wire on the pit there. That would kind of deter them from wanting to fall into it. Otherwise, I would not have known to do that. You know, because typically, if you dig a pit out, you want them to fall into the pit. And of course, we didn't on this build. We wanted to make sure they did not fall into the pit. And it looks like they did take out a few. And I think this is where the few bodies fell in right here, because they were coming from this way. But for the most part, only about, what, 6 or 8 zombies fell into that pit. So the funnel system still works, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get our, you can see here, mousing over the barbed wire. That they took out some barbed wire there too. But I do believe that was the deterrent that made the difference in preventing them from falling into the pit and coming up to where we're at. So that was a big question in my mind. Does the funnel system still work? Will they funnel up to you and go through a series of defenses? So this could just, you know, open up possibilities. You know, use your creativity. What type of defenses do you want them to go through to get to you? You know, possibilities are, I don't want to say endless, but there's so many different possibilities of what they would have to go through to actually reach you. And, you know, you could make it maybe twice as long as this. Maybe twice as long. Now, the one thing I would advise against is going too high. I don't think you want to go too high with this, because if you do, it may mess up the pathing. They may not path all the way up. You know, I learned that on that pillar, or that pyramid defense, is that they're only going to go so high, and then they're going to stand there and beat on the ramps. And so I worried about that with this build. I worried that they were going to only path up so high, and then they're just going to stand there and beat on the ramps and take those out. And if that had happened, we'd be in a bit of trouble if they had started down there, because they'd come in below our cage there that we're in. And don't know what would happen. Of course, they'd have to tunnel through a lot of stuff to get to us. So, you know, that was, you know, kind of the plan. Is if it didn't work out, then we would fix it. We would fix it so that it would work, and we'd absolutely make this build work one way or the other. Which steel am I working with? Oh yeah, still a lot of steel. So see, oh, I stepped on a barbed wire. So we've not used hardly any steel to do our repairs so far. You see when I click on that, -1 steel. Yeah, that's nothing. You know, we could do that all day. So what I'm going to do here to end the episode is I'm going to grab my concrete, grab a few pieces of barbed wire. Don't have many to replace, and maybe make a few more. And then we're going to come back out here and get everything in tip top, so I can do a little base preview video of this this build. Get the Horde attack up with some music, and let's, we don't need the fat or the flesh or the bones. Let's do a sort. Let's dump off some of this ammo. We're not going to need some of this ammo now. I'm kind of done with all of that. Take some of this stuff back with us. We'll keep the forged iron on us just in case. But we take some of this stuff back with us to the other base. That's a pretty good haul. Barbed wire, barbed wire, barbed wire. It's out front. Barbed wire's out front, so we'll go grab that. I don't think we lost any bars. We're going to kill Mr. Crawley out here too. I can hear him still wandering around. I don't see him, but I can hear him. Barbed wire, nothing up here took any damage whatsoever. Well, it's super quiet out here now. My goodness. Didn't lose one spike. You believe that? Not one spike. And all of this is still in pristine condition. There he is. He's crawling his way over. Now, that wasn't even a crawler. That was a standard zombie that just happened not to have any legs. Found himself a little patch of barbed wire. Not good for him. So let's get this replaced in here. Where are we missing some? A couple over here. Have to be a little careful here because I don't want to waste any steel on that stuff. Don't want to accidentally upgrade any of this concrete to steel. So we'll run a stream here pretty soon. It'd be cool to run a Horde stream, you know, build up to the Horde and have you all here live for a Horde. Maybe I could plan that properly so that I start like the day before the Horde, and that way we kind of prepare ourselves throughout the hour building up to it, and then do our 7-day Horde. I'd love to take on another Horde here in this build. We put so much thought and time into it. It'd be such a waste just to do one Horde and then never use it again. The snowfall base, yeah, I did put a lot of thought and time into it, but it didn't work out like I had thought it would, or how I had planned it. We made it work, you know, but I was a little disappointed in that one. Looked cool, and then it worked well, but this one was a really huge test to find out if the funnel system still does work on Alpha 15. I believe it was Alpha 13, the last true funnel system that I built. And Alpha 13. So it had been quite some time. I didn't know if that had mechanic had changed. I certainly know the breadcrumb system, once it gets here, and I don't think it's going to be here on the release of 16. They said maybe post, you know, original initial release. But one thing I could do also, because of all the cop explosions once they get into this pit, is make this steel, make that top row of ramps steel. Just, it's not going to affect anything as far as the effectiveness of the build. It's not going to have any change on that, but it will keep that from breaking. So no lights were destroyed in the recording of this video. That's pretty amazing. I expected to lose some lights, but so far I've not seen any lights that were broken or missing. Look at that, just hop right down, whoop whoop, like a bunny rabbit. Alright, of course I don't think the bunny rabbit goes whoop whoop, but place this a little bit here. And is there any other barbed wire missing? Let's go around here and see. I think we got all of this repaired and replaced in that area. Go ahead and get it all Horde ready. Now look at how easy it was to repair this place compared to, say, the snowfall with all of those wood and spikes everywhere. This is somewhere along the lines of our barbed wire base, you know, just a few minutes after the Horde, And of course, I've just been going slowly here and examining things and talking a lot. But if I just focused and hustled through the repair, what, 5 minutes, 8 minutes or something like that to get it repaired, and then we're moving on to the next project, the next thing. So it really didn't take much to get all this tip top. Step into here. It will repair all of our pillars. Close this door back and get this all tip top. And then I may go ahead and do the base preview. It'd be nice if it would stop snowing and raining so I could get a nice clear shot of it all, but that's just part of the mechanics of the game. We can't change that. These steel spikes, though, they do the trick. I remember back on 13 and 14 and before, when you just had the scrap iron spikes, these would have been gone. Or either that, or I'd have to have the underneath repair system to keep them repaired during that horde when so many zombies are piling up and just hardly a way to see what you're doing. You can't mouse over the spike to repair it, and if you do, you're getting hit, and the pillars are getting destroyed. This way with these steel spikes, they last and last and last. It's not much that you have to do to keep them up. I think the pillars take more damage than the spikes do now. And part of that has to do with the gore block piling up on top of the spike. And when that happens, always remember that your zombies are not taking full damage, if they're taking any damage at all, because they're standing on a corpse that's laying on the top of the spike. Nice. Get these few topped off here. You have over two full sides that did not even take damage. So we just had these couple here that we need to go around and top off. I kind of expected either the cop spit or explosions would have taken some of the lighting down in there, and I have made a few extras just in case, so we could replace those. We're not even going to need them. Still 100%. No bars were lost. Kind of another thing that I did here. You notice normally when I build these bases with the pillars, I go up 4 or 5 high. Well, this one is only 3 high and then bars. And the idea there was to trap them down and compress them onto the spikes and not let them pile up any higher than that. So technically, I don't even know. Yeah, look at that. They didn't even hit these blocks up here. They couldn't get their arms up to the height they needed to be to hit that square block. Best they could do is just beat on the pillar because their head was being mashed down. I noticed that a couple times with the cops, that could make it up here with their legs and they're standing on the corpses, is their head would be touching the bar up there. So that worked out well too. My only concern there was that a cop would take a couple bars out, but I mean that really wouldn't affect anything because the cop's not going to get up there, and the spider has nothing to climb on. If he takes out, say, this bar right here, we're still safe. Well, that looks like we pretty much repaired everything back up to 100%. There's no more to repair. Little touch here, touch there on the concrete. That 1, 1, 1, 1. Nothing to write home about for those repairs up there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for tuning in, checking out yet another episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. Just a fraction of the amount that I enjoyed it. It was certainly a lot of fun. I was very anxious to see this build work, see if it would work. And here we are, the aftermath after weeks of building and planning and preparation, finally able to test it out and I guess reap the benefits, the rewards of successful build. But I hope you all have a good day, good evening, wherever you may be located, and I'll see you all tomorrow.